McFly was ordering his food. A lot of that stuff we now have. Go back to the Jetsons. Think about this. Robot maids. Rosie was his robot maid. We now have robot vacuums, right?
That's right.
There's a big story in San Francisco. There's somebody that'll come and clean your house. They use robotics, and it's a humanoid. It's somebody controlling it because the AI hasn't caught up yet. But for $30, though, that humanoid controlled with the joystick will clean your bathroom and vacuum and clean your house. And people are outraged over that. Self-driving cars are here. We have them now. And it's not just Teslas. You can get in a Waymo, and the Waymo will
Would you ride in a self-driving car?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes. No, I would.
Okay.
But I would probably be scared half to death doing it.
Okay.
Okay.
I will say this. That makes one of us.
You wouldn't drive?
Oh, heck no.
Okay.
I would not ride in a self-driving car. I would not.
Things that we've seen in these movies. Robot athletes. What was the movie with Real Steel, where it was boxing was outlawed, so it was boxing by robots? Who's the guy who played Wolverine? He was in it. It was a bad movie, but robot athletes. In China last week, they had robot track and field. We've got FaceTime. We've got so much going on right now. If people are freaking out over it. Here, Gary, I got one more for you before you have to go. Ready? Gary already walked out? Okay, he's got to get back to the newsroom. I'll tell Dave this. Dave, are you a Star Trek guy at all?
A little bit.
Okay. I'll give you one from Star Wars, one from Star Trek. We have holograms now. You go to a museum, a lot of them have holograms like they had in Star Wars.
Yeah.
If you watched... There was one Star Trek movie where they came back in time and they needed a whale or something like that. Captain Kirk and
I think that was 4
or something like that.
Yeah, I think that was Star Trek 4. I'm not 100% sure on that.
If you watch the movie, Scotty sat down with the computer and said, "Computer," and he was waiting for the computer to talk to him, and the computer didn't react to voices. So he's, I've got to type the old-fashioned way, and he cracked his knuckles and he kind of typed in the formula for see-through aluminum or something like that, right? But in Star Trek, they would just talk to the computer.
Well, you have that on your TV remote. You can say ESPN. Alexa, there you go.
Right? Alexa.
I have that. Like I said, I have it on my TV remote. I just say, ESPN, and it'll go to ESPN. If instead of typing out a column or something that I'm writing, I can actually dictate it now to my MacBook. All of these things that we have are technology driven. And when I was a kid, I'm like, man, will we ever live like the Jetsons? And then you see some of the dystopian of Back to the Future or the Terminator. And right now, I just want to bring this up because there's so many stories that I see every day. And I'd like to get some feedback. I think right now, there's cognitive dissonance. That's a big fancy word, Dave. What it means is I will do mental gymnastics to kind of see things through my point of view, and I'll break logic and I'll bend everything in order for me to believe what I want to believe. And when it comes to the data centers and AI, I see some people jumping through hoops to tell me how much they hate these data centers, and they attach to AI, which scares everybody. And I get people every day. I'm not sure if they're boomers, millennials, Gen Z, or who, that will tell me how much they hate AI. And I subscribe to what Glenn Beck said is either you learn to control AI or it's going to learn to control you. I'll use it for research, but the AI I know that I cannot allow just to run wild out there because it just tells me what I want to hear. So there's guardrails, and I create my own AI algorithms. I've learned how to do that. And I'll use that to make sure that we find as many fun stories and great stories and interesting stories, and I'll do research. It's no different than if I Google. It just makes me a little bit more efficient getting ready for the show. And you experiment with it, and you learn it, and it scares the heck out of a lot of people. I choose to look forward to things. Like on the scale of how we take on new things. There's the pioneers. Those are the ones that go out there and they do something before everybody else. They're like 5 years ahead of everybody else. That's not me. Then there's the early innovators. That's usually me, where I'm right behind the person that finds the thing out there that it's a beta and it really didn't work, but they just like to be the first one. I'm usually that early innovator that will find it, use it, learn it, and I'm probably 4 years ahead of everybody else. And then there's the early adapters that come right after someone like me that go, okay, I saw that. This is like the third version of it. Okay, I'll go run with that. And then there's the middle adapters who comes along like everybody else. Oh, I like Alexa after it's been on the market for 5 years and it's ready to go. And then there's the late stage adapters that begrudgingly do it like everybody else. You finally put a door, what do you call the door cameras, the Ring door camera. You finally put one on in the last couple of years, even though they've been around for 10, 15 years. And then there's the laggards who refuse to do anything and they hate everything brand new. That's kind of the adaption curve in our society of how people get to these things. But I'd like to know from you this morning. At 833-804-1140. Do you feel like the future has overwhelmed you and it's come way over the top? And all of this innovation that's coming from you that we thought was a fantasy, it was sci-fi, and it was the Jetsons, is here right now and is scaring the heck out of you? I bring that up because there was a story I wanted to share with you. Now, again, I use AI. I use it as a tool. It does not use me. I use it as a tool. And I saw these two stories this morning that I wanted to share with you. One is the early adapters, and one are the laggards that won't take anything on. ChatGPT has just upgraded its latest model. I pay for my ChatGPT, so I use it for lots of different things. It's like Google, but it does actual tasks for me. Right now, ChatGPT can be connected to your iPhone and automatically respond to text messages on your behalf. To me, way too far. I would never, ever, 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 ever let ChatGPT run my life that way. To me, that's too much. So again, those of you that complain every day, I'm tired of you and your ChatGPT. I'm tired of your AI, and it's going to blah, blah, blah. Okay, listen, I get it. It's a little scary right now. But this is one where I'm like, okay, maybe this is too long. There are two kinds of people in the world: people who fall behind the text and the insane texters that make my life difficult. The people that send me text messages at 9:30 at night knowing that I get up at 3 a.m. So what should I do? Should I not respond, or can I turn over ChatGPT to make decisions for me or to respond to my text messages? Here's how it works. And AI Lab just launched a new Apple Messages plugin for ChatGPT, allowing people to connect their message inbox with a chatbot. Yes, the whole shebang, wherever you are, just like I do when I go to a website and says, oh, I've got this person who can chat and help you. That's not a real person. That's a chatbot. They just put a real pretty girl's face right there, and you go back and forth like it's a real person. But now, ChatGPT can sort, analyze, edit your messages directly into the ChatGPT app, so you can ask for a long group threads to be summarized. It can tell you what to respond and add directives like use a light but firm tone. Then you can preview those text messages before they send them out. So basically, instead of texting a friend back, you can spend your time texting with ChatGPT about the next time they send you a text, and then they'll respond back to you. To me, that's over the top. But then I also saw this story. Super Dave, are you ready for this? This is probably you. Are you an early adapter or are you a laggard when it comes to technology?
I'm usually a lagger.
Okay. Do you realize this? A new poll asked, do you have a Hotmail email address? 18% of people still have a Hotmail email address.
I don't have a Hotmail address. No, I've never had a Hotmail address, actually.
I finally got rid of an AOL account like years ago.
I still have my original AOL
Do you really?
email address. Yeah, I never check it or anything because
what do you think's in
goes there? Oh, spam. There's nothing that goes there.
You know,
it's been.
I've seen
it's been probably at least 5 years since I checked it.
Really?
Yeah.
Go. Let's open it up and see what's in there. There might be a message from a Nigerian prince that needs help.
I'm sure there might be a few of those in there.
I have a .me.
Great.
I have a me.com account that I still use. That's like 15 years ago on Apple. They were going to make it all, instead of iCloud, it was going to be .me or me.com. I still use that. And when I give people that address, they're like, what? And I go, just kind of full of myself. I thought I'd just have an account all about me. Anyway, what are you, early or late when it comes to technology? And do you think that we're living in either the Jetsons, or do you think we're living in the world, or about to live in the world, of the Terminator when it comes to technology and AI? I'd love to hear from you this morning. 833-804-1140 on the James River Air text line. All right, coming up, we will talk about, I got this. This is great. Yesterday, had an on-air epiphany. For all of you DSA, socialist, Marxist, communists that keep thinking about how great communism is, I invited Dr. Richard Bilas, my mentor, to come on the program. He will explain in real life how the market works and why it's always going to be better than Marxism. If you got a kid that's like, hey, Marxism is great, tell him to listen to this about chicken nuggets. Dr. Bilas joins us coming up in about 15 minutes. Today's program brought to you in part by Pearson Signature Dealerships. You see, Pearson Signature Dealerships, they've got one goal every day, and that's relationships.